Welcome, everybody, to the Crafty Boys, where we apparently make a lot of money. Millions of dollars pour in the door every single day.
Everywhere.
That's right. So I totally lost my train of thought. What are we doing? We're drinking beer. And then we're going to talk about crap. So, boys, welcome. It's Wednesday night. We actually made it to a Wednesday. The last couple of weeks we were on Thursdays. But, you know, what can you do? There you go. Hey, Alan, by the way, congratulations on the fancy battery-operated light up to your right there. I saw photographs of it online. I hope you're happy with it.
Oh, you made this one right here. That isn't in the shot. Okay.
No, I know, but I noticed in the photograph that it was right beside where you're sitting, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
Not important to anyone else, but hey,
no.
Locke, what beer are you drinking tonight?
Locke, what beer are you drinking tonight?
So I'm drinking White Bronco.
Go to bed, Ben.
White Bronco.
Okay.
White Bronco.
Juicy IPA.
Nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you. Yep, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit, but I'm hearing you.
Okay.
So this is from Sandwich Town, Windsor, Ontario. 3232 Sandwich Street, Sandwich Town, Windsor, Ontario.
Sandwich Town.
So there's a town called Sandwich Town?
I guess.
Like, did they invent
sandwiches?
Who knew?
It's got to be like a sort of a suburb of Windsor.
Right.
Yeah. It's probably named after the Earl of Sandwich.
Are the street names like peanut butter and jelly and mustard?
No, I don't think so. This will have been back when Sandwich was at the head of the Admiralty. Probably. So that would be 1760s. I'm thinking.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sandwich Town or Sandwichton.
Yes. Maybe. I don't
Continue.
It's not written in that oldie-worldy style.
Okay. The oldie-worldy style.
So this is a hazy IPA, and it has an entire grain fiesta going on here. We have barley, wheat, and oats.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. So White Bronco, I don't have any special reference for this except that it was wasn't it what O.J. Simpson tried to escape in before surrendering to
the juice in a Bronco?
It was a White Bronco. Yeah.
It was a White Bronco that he was driving.
It totally was. Yeah. It totally was.
All right, tell us what you think. What's the verdict?
The verdict is I actually really like this drink. This is why I am increasingly putting pressure on for people to start referring to the Northeast IPA rather than the New England IPA, because this is a clear cousin of other Northeasters. It's got that hazy thing going on. And the application of oats is something that you don't really get a lot of out west. This is definitely a Northeast touch. The fact that they've brought it all together with a kind of a wit beer thing with the wheat, I think is a very cool move. And I want to see more from these guys.
Kick ass. Cool.
Awesome. All right, Dave.
Clock's in at 5.7.
Oh, 5.7.
Right.
Okay.
5.7. Alcohol by volume.
Dave.
Sounds like a commercial.
What have you got going on?
Are you already drinking, Dave?
Yeah, he's already drinking.
Maybe.
All right.
See if
I'm opening mine up.
Okay, so what is it? Tell us what it is.
Can't see it. God damn it.
Okay.
It's super cool. The glass is cooler than the beer.
Okay.
Oh,
anyways.
no. I don't know, man.
Actually, no, I'm not minding this one at all. This is Moody Ales, sociable pale ale.
Okay. And what's the alcohol percentage on that?
What do we got here? This would be a. Hang on.
Uh-oh, it's got upon the glasses. He's showing his age here.
Man.
You need a magnifying glass?
Shut up. 4.8.
Oh, okay. All right. So now how does that one stack up? How does it stack up against other pale ales that we've had in the past? Like I'm thinking like Blue Buck and probably several others.
Well, I guess just from memory, it's been a while since I've done Blue Buck. I think that one is maybe still my favorite for pale ales. Yeah. This one, I like it. It's light. It's crispy, like you want it to be.
It's got that crunch to it.
It does.
Yeah, when you bite into it, you really feel like you're throwing a yak or something.
It's like drinking glass.
I just go right for the antlers.
Well, there is a dude here who's just apparently he's the barkeep, just chilling out and chatting with the patrons and cleaning his glasses there.
He looks like his day job is as a lumberjack, and then like he moonlights as a bartender.
Yeah, he felt bad for the trees, so
or maybe he's a log roller. Something to do with logs and trees and lumber.
On his off time, he makes loggers.
The term you're looking for here is log driver.
Very good. The guy on the little sort of like the little tugboats that kind of look like weebles in the water, and they're going around. Yeah.
I've always thought that would be a freaking fun job to do.
I think I'd throw up. Do you see those things? They're like going like in nothing. Like there's nothing going on, right? Like the water is like completely still, like glass. All right, Shane, you and I are drinking the same thing. What are we drinking?
That's right. Tonight we are drinking, and he grabs the can right here. Moon Juice, a raspberry sour, and Is that a Christmas tree? Is this how old this one is?
No.
Or is that just the juice? That's the juice from the moon. Anyway, essentially, it's from Moon Underwater. It's a brewery like next door to where Alan lives, and we've had some of their stuff on the show before. Hey, Peanut Gallery. So in my fancy glass here, it's got like a decent color to it. It looks very, very, very kind of like a apple cider kind of color. And I've already drank all your beer. Then you better get over here and get it. Peanut galleries, man. So right off the bat, it did smell when I popped the can open that it was very, very, very powerful in its melodic nasal tone. And
take
here we go.
Oh my God. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited.
That is smooth. Like that you don't even know, like your entire mouth doesn't even have a chance to go, hey, that's sour by the time it's gone, and who cares?
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like ocean spray cranberry juice.
Really?
With cran raspberry.
Cran raspberry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could go for that. I'm getting that little, like, kind of the twinge at the very end there.
Yeah.
That is really easy drinking, though. Like, you could actually chug this and not even notice.
Well, and the thing is, it doesn't taste like beer. So, and I find that a lot with these sours, right? I mean, but this does not taste like beer.
A sour decided to get married one year, and it married a Radler. That's what's happened here.
No, it got married Kool-Aid. Married the big Kool-Aid jug. And the Kool-Aid jug came in and was like, oh, yeah!
So, yeah, I think you're right. That is very much a Yeah. Wow. I am actually very surprised because we had that the last 3 years ago. Great Canadian Beer Fest was all about the sours, and like everyone made them, everyone was pushing them, and I got really tired real fast of that particular style of beer. Totally. That was brutal. This one,
I get this again. I get it again. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Now, Moon Underwater had a bit of a reputation when they first opened for making low alcohol session beers.
Right.
But then they changed ownership, my understanding is, and they kind of dropped that whole thing. This one clocks in at 5.5%. It's good. I'm
liking it. I have no qualms about this.
I got nothing else to say about it. Moon Underwater, by the way, is a brew pub on Bay Street in Victoria. It's a really fun place. Probably not right now, but at some point in the future, it will be a fun place to go again. They do music bingo on Friday nights, and that's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Do they have a thematic music thing? Is that what it is? Like is there some sort of theme for the evening?
No. So they do it with music bingo. Lots of establishments do music bingo around here. So you got this person, she's like a DJ or whatever. She hands out these bingo cards, which have song names on them and the artist who they're by. And what you have to do is, I think you have to get 2 lines. What they do is they play songs and you match it on your bingo card. Usually they start off with like 80s stuff is usually the first, and then there's 90s stuff, and then they do like stuff from like that's ultra modern, and I never know any of that stuff, so I get up and leave. But the 80s stuff and the 90s stuff,
I drink my beer and I leave.
It's starting to really sort of the more sort of like hard rockish kind of stuff, hair band kind of stuff. And some pop.
So it's music trivia plus bingo.
I guess so. Yeah, they play the song. You have to identify it.
That is pretty great, actually. I'm all about that. That is a killer formula. I love that.
Yeah, and if you get bingo, you go up and you win a prize. And usually, actually, sometimes the prizes are some pretty skookum stuff.
That's quite impressive, actually. I'm very.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I want to do it. Well, I don't think they're doing it right now. That's
obviously not.
Kind of, it might be a couple of years, but
there was a great post today of somebody posting in the window of their home what they sort of think of the whole experience of COVID, and it pretty much went where the signage goes. In this home, I rule my castle on the planet of butt plug city and something or other on planet bullshit, and like it just went on and on and on, and how they it's obvious that there's so many people out there right now that are losing their shit because they can't stand to be inside and whatnot. And from what I understand, according to Bonnie, apparently we are headed in our entire country for another lockdown because the cases are going up, whether it's because people are being stupid or just the natural way, this
probably a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I would say so. So, what in your healthcare world, what's going on in the healthcare industry there? What are they saying?
Well, for us, it's business as usual. To be honest, we're getting kind of tone deaf to all the updates. We get updates on a constant stream, and I don't even read them anymore.
Oh, really? So you get all these tad bits of information, and you just basically are. Like, whatever. We're all gonna die someday.
If it's important enough, they'll let us know.
My favorite thing today, though, in the news was the gentleman who, the governor of Illinois, who for the last while has been a big, huge anti-masker, and he's been telling people they don't have to wear masks and la da 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 da. And he had to announce last night that he and his wife have COVID. So, there you go. So, anti-maskers, well done. Well done on all of you.
Hey, I want to circle back to something from last week. So last week, we talked about the world's strongest beer. It was a beer that was being put out as a collaboration between Brewdog in Scotland and some brewery in Germany. I couldn't pronounce it.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, so they had pictures of the bottles, and we showed it in our stream. And we looked at the bottle, the cap on the top. I was like, wow, that's some sort of weird, big sort of cap thing. Anyway, the bottles were going for like close to $40 US a piece.
Yeah.
So I saw a YouTube video, and unfortunately I can't find it now, of a guy who ordered one of those bottles, received it, and he opened up his package in a unboxing video. Okay, it was an unboxing. I don't see that he opened the beer on the video. I didn't watch it that far, but what stopped me from watching it was how incredulously small this bottle was. Literally, I mean, he held it up. It was like about this big. Like, I'll hold up the can. This is a tall can. The bottle was about this big. It was 40 milliliters.
It was an airplane bottle.
What?
Yeah. 40 milliliters. I mean, when you have like a little cup of NyQuil, like a dose of NyQuil is 30 milliliters. So we're talking like 25% more than a single dose of NyQuil.
Yeah, here we go. I actually just did a search on YouTube, World's Strongest Beer, and the first 4 videos that come back were all posted within the last 5 days. And each of them talk about the World's Strongest Beer. And yeah, the bottle, it fits in the palm of your hand. It's puny.
Yeah. It's little.
That's so sad. I mean, understandable.
I guess it's understandable, but I mean, I'm glad I didn't see. If it was like a bomber bottle, I might have considered buying it. But now that I know that it's just a little sort of like airplane bottle,
teeny little, like it's if you hold up your hand, it looked like it was about that big in the average hand, I guess.
Think about. Okay. I want you to think about these figures at the same time. Alcohol per volume, dollar per volume.
Yeah, well, right? Exactly.
They're competing with big whiskey.
It's true. It's true, but I mean, even like a bottle of I don't know, what's a good whiskey? I'm not a whiskey drinker.
Lagavulin a good whiskey.
Okay, so what would a bottle of that go for? Like one of their regular size bottles.
A 750 milliliter bottle, that'd be... See, I mean, well, it really depends on the year and everything, right?
Well, sure. Give me an average. Give me a ballpark.
Like a standard bottle of Lagavulin would be less expensive than that. A standard bottle of Lagavulin, 750 milliliters, it's cask strength. So we're talking maybe 63% alcohol. That would go for $175 probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Really? All right.
Really?
What? I don't know. I had no idea.
It used to be much less expensive. I used to be able to afford that.
Right.
Sad.
Yeah.
I've had to move to Ardbeg.
What is the cheapest whiskey you can get?
Cheapest whiskey you can get?
Yeah. Cheapest.
Probably chiming in at... Well, that'll depend on the province, won't it?
I suppose, yes.
Yeah. In Ontario right now, what I can tell you is if you're buying I think 26. I think 26 is probably your low end market.
Okay.
That's hey. $23 bottle of whiskey in Ontario.
And are you really going to be able to tell the difference between? I mean, if it was me, I have an undeveloped palate. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. There's no question. I mean, first of all, whiskey is sort of like beer in that, straight away there's different kinds of whiskey. So if somebody's making a Kentucky bourbon, that's going to be totally different, than your Isla malt or your Irish whiskey or your rye and full grain rye and just Canadian whiskey, which is some rye but mixed with other grains, or each one is sort of identifiable in that way. But then within each category, you can go from this is sort of standard booze, like you take this on a night out to a house party or something, and then this is celebration drink for when I've made my first million kind of thing. You know what I mean?
True.
All right. Okay.
What about you, Dave? If money was no object and you could buy anything you wanted in terms of alcohol, would you actually buy like a bottle of whiskey that you just kind of kept away? Like,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you dabble in the whiskey world?
I do dabble. My brother's a little more serious.
Right.
Which is what got me into it a little more. But Locke kind of intimated this already. It ain't a poor man's game.
Yeah, no, this is very
and so as much as I would love to, play around in that particular pool a little more seriously, not happening at the moment. But funnily enough, I actually got a bit of a taste for it, like, a decade ago, maybe going a little further back. I was just like, oh my God, this stuff is shit. Like, whoever drinks this, it's nasty. But actually, I have an appreciation for it.
Locke's face. When you said that stuff is nasty, it's like you stabbed him through the heart. Way to go, Dave. Well, I gotta say that
I don't think that now. Locke, it's okay. I don't think that now. I certainly appreciate it now.
One of my former boss, one of the family that owns the 4 Mile brewery, once very appreciatively remarked on a type of whiskey that he favored as like being held over a campfire while being punched in the face. So an element of nasty to a good Scotch. Really,
I have a friend in Hamilton who I have a friend. I have a friend in Hamilton who collects bourbon, and a number of years ago, like 2014, I think it was, I went down to a conference in Texas, just outside of Dallas, and we were there, and before we went down, he said, "Hey, Shane, you're going to be there. Do you want to come back with me driving back to Hamilton?" Because he drove down. And I said, "Sure, let's do that." And one of the things we did is, and I think I've mentioned it to you guys before, but we went to did the whole a bunch of the distilleries on the Bourbon Trail, so in Kentucky, and so we did that and came back. I think he ended up buying. I don't know. I think it was about $800 US of booze. So the really cheap stuff. Like, you're at the distillery, like, I would like to buy something that would normally be $80 in BC. They're like, it's $10.50. Oh, okay. So you were buying these bottles that are normally, way, way higher, and we get to the border, and so we're driving through Sarnia. There, we're getting to Sarnia, and we get to the border, and I'm doing all the writing it all down, coming up with a total of how much duty he was going to have to pay. We get to the border, and the border guy's like, "Hey guys, how's it going? Where are you guys coming from?" "Oh, we were down in Texas at a podcasting conference, and we're just coming back going to Hamilton." And the guy's like, "All right, see you guys later," and waves us through. And all of the booze is in boxes on the back seat of the van we were driving in, ready to be declared. Hey, these are the things that we purchased. He just waved us through. So that was a good day.
Very.
I got to say, one of the things about the U.S. is they really do spoil you for whiskey, because the thing about the United States is their presumption is that sales taxes are bad and that income tax is good. And in both circumstances, the sales tax being bad, it discourages the states from taxing booze as a way of raising revenue. So as a result, the booze is all super cheap. But then on the other side of it, the fact that federally they encourage income tax means that everybody's ultra stressed out all the time, and so that cheap booze comes into play right the fuck away.
What was the first time you guys actually had a whiskey?
Ooh.
I can tell you. It was actually at your parents' place, Shane. Your dad had a bottle of Glenfiddich, and poured you and I each a little thing of it, and I choked it down. And oh, thank you. Would you like some more? No, that's okay. I'm fine. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I have to say that my dad introduced it to me quite a number of years ago, and I didn't like it at first. It was like, it was that whole experience of, I didn't actually have really my first beer till I was, of age. I was legally able to drink, because it didn't really interest me growing up that much. So so when I first had it, it was like, the whole experience of I'm drinking lighter fluid or gasoline or something.
Yeah.
Because my palate was completely alien to my palate. Now I enjoy it a lot. Actually, one of my favorite memorable experiences was actually going with Locke to that I forgot what it's a chain of whiskey bars, essentially. It was downtown Vancouver here. Like Macy's or Jeremiah's or something. And you said that there were multiple ones around.
Toby's.
I can't even think of what it's called. So we went in, and like everything's in leather, and there's a couple of bars,
Yeah. No. You're thinking of High's Steakhouse.
That's the one. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, High's. Yeah.
So you go in, and there's the steak area, like the restaurant part, and then there's the bar area. So, and that's where you and I went, and I used to know a guy who now lives in Victoria. He lived over here, a theater guy, and but his day job, which he enjoyed a lot, was being a bartender and actually teaching people to make different cocktails and things. So that's kind of I learned a little bit about it, where basically back in the day during Prohibition, alcohol was pretty bad, so you had to mix it with stuff to make it palatable and da. But so I gotta say, I am addicted to old fashions. If I can get one, I'll have one. I think we had that beer. The hell was it?
From Central City.
Was that Central City?
Yeah, it was.
What was the copper one? We had one that was copper something. It was Budweiser, the Budweiser thing.
Oh, the Budweiser Copper.
Yeah, that actually wasn't
I really enjoyed that.
So that surprised me. And, and it was relatively cheap.
It was. I would love to get another case of that because it was so surprisingly good.
Yeah. I mean, old-fashioned.
Who would have ever thought that barrel aging Budweiser would produce something palatable?
Well, you have to mix a lot of stuff to make it palatable.
On Jim Beam staves, of all things.
Yeah, no. Well, I think when I was doing the whole Kentucky thing, it was fascinating how dangerous it is to make that type of alcohol that sits in the barrel for X number of years, because all of the buildings that they have are spaced far, far apart, because and they have all these precautions about when you enter the building on the tours, you can't have these sorts of things because, if there was an ignition source, you would have no chance of leaving the building because it would just ignite the air and, the building would explode. Oh, wow. So yeah, exactly. It was, wow. Wow. So taking the time to make Budweiser beer palatable, I suspect was a safer bet in a lot of ways. But anyway, I don't know. It amuses me to no end. But there you go.
Yeah. If we could go back and actually get more Budweiser Copper, I'd be all over it. That actually, it could be in the running to be my favorite beer. That's saying something. That is saying something. I liked it that much.
Wow. I never got a chance to try this thing. I never even heard about it.
It was called Budweiser Copper. It was like a
limited release.
It was out. When was it out? Was it last fall?
I think it was a couple of years ago.
Copper Lager. Where is it here? The Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager arrived on shelves, but essentially, it was a short run thing. It was basically made to be very much like a.
It was a barrel aged Budweiser.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird beer. But who knows? It might come back because it's actually been just looking it up here really quickly. It actually has been around, made the rounds a couple times, so it could return.
Oh, well, let's hope it does.
But it looks like there's about looks like maybe 2-3 years in between. So, given
that's probably how long it takes to make them.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it was a short period of time to do that. But but that was a decent beer and I enjoyed that one. But what was the one that I liked? The old fashioned one. What was that? Who made that?
Yeah. So that the one that I think you're talking about was in the Advent calendar, and it was a Central City product. I don't remember what it was called. But yes, it was in the Advent calendar. So you'd have to see that episode. You'd have to go to our Advent calendar, not from this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, I think.
Yeah, but there's an old fashioned at the Great Canadian Beer Fest.
Yes, there was, and I think what it was still from Central City, and what it was is the one that was in the Advent calendar only renamed something else.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that one. I remember going back a couple times to get glasses for it. So, which reminds me, I actually was a bit sad the other day because I was cleaning up my desk and I took my desk apart and put everything back together. And one of the things I found are the tokens from last year.
Oh,
the Great Canadian Beer Fest. So I still have them. I put them away, but it did remind me that we're not having a beer fest this year because the world sucks balls.
Well, I was thinking about that actually. I think it was September the 11th was when we were supposed to be in Beer Fest.
Oh, is it? Man, I really want to go because also my photos thing went off saying, remember what you were doing this day last year? And there's like photos of myself. My parents both went. My sister was there, I think, as well. Dave, I think you were there. Were you there, Dave?
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, and like last year was like everyone who should have been there, pretty much made it. But yeah, except Locke, of course, you were. Where were you?
Otherwise,
you were still in Portland, were you? No.
I might have been, yeah.
A year ago, last September.
I kind of think that might have been the case.
You were just finishing your exams, I think, around then.
Oh, wait a minute! No, not this last year. That would have been the year before.
Yeah. You came the year before that, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
that
I
was
think,
a good time.
To no end, we teased Dave because Dave,
Dave
had
finally
a lot of
went
trouble
last
getting
year.
there. I know, but I'm saying the year before, Locke was in Portland. He got on a bus, got on a ferry, got to Victoria,
Yeah,
and then Dave's like, I don't know. It was hilarious.
but we managed to get him to go last year, and I think he was surprised at how much he liked it. I think he didn't go because I think he probably thought it would be something different.
True.
What? I didn't go because I thought it would be different.
I think you thought it would be something different that would be your kind of speed, but it turned out it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be like way out to lunch here.
I had fun. More beanbags, please.
More beanbags. Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
They had beanbags.
Who's?
Yeah. A few of the there was like 3.
They had like
Shane and I played. I think 2 or 3
beanbag toss. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
2 or
they
3 of the
also
breweries
had,
had their own little games.
They had like life-size Connect 4. Connect 4, pretty sneaky.
Oh,
sets.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they had
We
that.
didn't get a chance to play.
No, some other hosers were hogging it.
Yeah, a bunch of beer-loving jerkwads. I mean, who would ever?
Totally.
All right.
But
hey, what else is going on, guys? There isn't much going on in the weird world of beer.
no, not really, because the world blows.
It is burning down and going to hell. How you doing on your beer there, Dave?
Apparently the West Coast is. I'm
Yeah.
trying to show off my glass. It's not working very well. I don't know if you guys
Why?
can make this out.
The camera's in the middle of the screen at the very top, Dave. There's a little green light there to indicate where your camera is.
Smart ass. Hey, can you
What
guys
is that,
make
a
that out
flower?
at all?
Is that a flower?
It's a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Wookiee.
It's chewy.
Is it a Lego Wookiee?
I don't think that was the intention.
It kind of
Just
looks like
a
a
graphic.
Lego Wookiee.
He does look a bit like Lego Wookiee. It's
Careful, don't bend your Wookiee.
Yes.
I actually this weekend I made Wookiee cookies from the Star Wars
No way.
baking thing. So
nice.
they
Did
were
you guys
well
see
enjoyed.
the commercial with Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill?
No.
What?
What was this
Okay,
for?
so I think they made it for like Uber Eats or something. I don't know. It's kind of dumb.
I kind of want to
What?
see it now.
It can't be done if it's got if it's got Stewart and
I don't
Hamill.
know.
That's
Show
awesome.
it up. Show it up on the screen there. Shane,
I'm
make
gonna
it-
find
make
it.
a
I'll
new
see if I can find it.
one. Find it and then put it in another window. Hey, thanks T-Rex 20125. We love you too. Who's T-Rex 20125?
I
know?
have no idea.
Is it your sister?
I don't think so.
Is it a genuine audience member?
Apparently.
We have a following? We got people watching us? Like real people?
Sure.
125, you're awesome.
All right, here we go, boys.
Okay, here it is. I can't hear him. Volume.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
How's that?
No better.
No.
Damn it.
Can you not hear it?
No.
All right, let me kill it here.
Kill it. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I guess it helps when you actually select the audio component. Sorry.
Yeah, that probably helps.
Oh, there. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Turn it all the way up. Here we go, boys. Here we go.
Tonight, I'll be eating a veggie cheeseburger on ciabatta. No tomatoes.
Tonight, I'll be eating 4 cheese tortellini with extra tomatoes.
So it's come to this. Thank you.
Brother, careful, Hamill. Daddy's not here to save you.
Oh, I am my daddy. What? Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine? Tonight, I'll be eating chicken tikka masala with garlic naan. Cheers.
I win again. Patrick.
That's Sir Patrick.
Ooh, sir.
And there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I don't know what to make of that, but hey, you know, all the big stars are doing these food delivery commercials now. So, you know, I'm just saying.
Gotta keep themselves in their Ferraris and their mansions.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make money somehow. I mean, look at Patrick Stewart. He's married to like a 25-year-old.
What? No way.
Oh, that clearly takes money.
He's married to, who's he married to? He's married to some she's not 25. I think she's early 40s or something.
I thought he was
What?
I thought he was like into what's his name? Gandalf.
He is, but I don't think they're dating or anything.
Well, I mean,
you never know. You never know. More power to them. Did they propose? Probably.
Yeah, they did. It was this whole thing. I can't remember who proposed to who, but then I was like, "Oh, okay, he swings that way. All right, cool."
Sure. I mean, I cannot confirm nor can I deny if Patrick Stewart hits for both teams, but if he does, awesome.
He's got.
Would I like to see it live streamed? Probably.
He's got a 25-year-old. Man,
no,
I hate him and I want to high five him all at the same time.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
On that note, thank you those who were watching. We're low energy today. What can we do? But do come back next week, Wednesday nights at around 9 o'clock Pacific Standard. We try to get our butts in gear and get organized and do something fun. Locke, of course, is in the Eastern time zone. Thank you again, Locke, for being able to be here, because I know you're studying incredibly hard for your exams, which are a month and a half away.
Yeah, it's about that.
All right. So, and Dave, thank you again for coming, because I know it's really hard to tear yourself away from whatever else you do. And Alan, of course, and I are here regardless. We punish our livers every December. Speaking of the holidays coming up and the references we've made to the Advent calendar, which I hope they make one this year. I'm really nervous that they might not.
Yeah, maybe.
If not, we'll make our own, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
So, as always, Alan, take us out.